What's up, fam? So today, I'm just here to vent. You feel what I'm saying? To touch on some topics that, in the forefront of my mind. It's been near and dear to my heart. Honestly, just want to touch on one topic, and that's speculation. And I'm talking to people who desire to walk into the calling that God has over their life, right? If you're somebody who is spiritual, has a relationship with the Lord, you have to let people speculate on who they think you are and what they think you're doing, etc., etc., etc. Don't always be the person that got to prove yourself to people. You know what I'm saying? You live your life and have the mindset of audience of one, meaning the Most High is the only audience that I need acceptance from. If I'm proving anything, or if I feel like I need to prove anything, it's to Him and to Him only. It's been a lot of random, and we call a lot of stuff warfare, that be tests and situations to actually grow you, right? But I'm gonna use the term warfare. There's been a lot of warfare lately, and I noticed, because I've been in a season of isolation for a while now. You know what I'm saying? So for so long, to where like I'm so comfortable with being alone that it's real easy for me to walk away from people. It's real easy for me to accept people who desire to walk away from me, because audience of one, right? And also, at the end of the day, I know that it's my calling and what I'm here for is bigger than somebody's feelings, right? It's bigger than anything that this world is going to bring my way. So typically, when people get mad, and a lot of times, or lately, the warfare been stemming and coming from people who I don't even know that well. Like, if I'm just being real, people I've met on Facebook, people I've met in person one time, or whatever the case may be, and it's a lot of misplaced hatred, a lot of selfishness that's going on, and I'm just not here for that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like somebody could resonate with this message, right? We should not, as people of God, be here for that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a mission, a goal in life, and you allow other people to take your focus and distract you from that mission and goal, no matter what that mission and goal may be, right? You have a goal of getting a vehicle. To get that said vehicle, you got to work X amount of hours, you got to put in X amount of effort, and you got to save X amount of dollars, right? During the process of you working, saving, you lose focus, and you end up, drawing your attention to something else because, it was more appealing at the moment, or whatever the case may be, or somebody got in their feelings and you wanted to appeal to their feelings, so you lost focus. Now your car doesn't come in a couple of months like you projected. Now it's 2 years later when you finally get your car, because you lost focus, you got distracted. People gonna talk about you regardless, bro. People gonna speculate. They're gonna say, oh, well, during that time he must have did XYZ. If he would have did this, then he would have. If you would have stayed focused and cut all the distractions out and didn't focus on them and didn't listen to what they were saying, people will still speculate. People will still say, oh, he must have did this to get that so quickly. I wonder, how did he? Oh, he must be this. Oh, he must be that. Let people speculate. Audience of one. Audience of one. I'll tell you like this, bro. I've went from this level to this level in 1 year, all due to focus and dedication, being submitted, being obedient. That's all it was. There's nothing else. I can't attest to. I can't give myself any credit for it. God is the one that did everything, but the only credit that I can give myself is I did stay focused. Different distractions came my way, different people came my way, and when it was time for those people to leave, I walked them out the door. I walked them out the door with a smile on my face, and I kept it moving. Do I still care about these people? Did I have love in my heart? Of course. I'm a man of God. I'm somebody who seeks the Father. If you don't have love and you say you seek the Father, then you are a liar. You feel what I'm saying? So of course I did. But at the end of the day, I also see the bigger picture for what it is, right? And then I also understand the spiritual warfare aspect of all of it. Satan is going to use anybody that he can possibly use to knock you off the path that God has you on. So if you don't allow the speculation, and if you always get in your feelings when somebody else is in their feelings and doing what they're doing, whatever issue that Satan is presenting to you, he wins with that. You know what I'm saying? He accomplishes his mission. You feel me? But when you neglect his advances and stuff like that, when you step away from what it is that he's trying to bring to you, you can actually walk into what you're supposed to walk into effectively. Now remember, we don't fight against flesh and blood. It's principalities, right? So what we don't do is we don't bash the person. You know what I'm saying? We do address the behavior, but we don't completely just crush the person. You feel me? Like, they may have a lot that they're going through too, spiritually and stuff like that, and maybe they're not as elevated as you are. Maybe they're not as mature as you are. So you gotta accept that for what it is. But don't stick around, bro. I'm not sticking around. You feel what I'm saying? And you can call that what you want to call that. One thing I ain't gonna do is hang around somebody that's continuously being used in a negative way in my life to delay my process. So anyway, I'm just venting, yo. This wasn't no super biblical teaching that I was trying to get on here and do. If you're in a season of isolation, or if you feel alone right now, please use that as an opportunity to connect and get closer to God. A lot of people that are chosen as handpicked by the Lord, he needs them alone, man. Like, you can't be involved too much with different people because you will lose focus. You have to stay focused. He needs you focused so you can continue on this walk and complete the mission that he has over your life. You need to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And if you fit the description of the person I am describing, know that you got a lot of stuff coming your way. You need to pray for discernment, and you need to be able to maneuver around the different obstacles. Obstacles gonna come in a lot of different forms. It's gonna come in a lot of different forms. It may be a different job opportunity that looks better or seems better, but is actually a distraction. It may be a woman. It may be a man. It may be a friend. It may be your parents. It may be your brother. It may be your sister. You know what I'm saying? It may be a vice that you have. It may be some trauma. It may be whatever it may be, bro. You have to be able to maneuver around the distractions. You know what I'm saying? And let people be angry if they need to get angry. Be okay with that. Let people feel how they want to feel. You know what I'm saying? They decide to come back. Be that loving person just like God is towards you, right? Show that grace. Show that sympathy and that empathy. But what you don't do is beat yourself up for it. What you don't do is take the stuff that's being said, because people are always going to speculate. What you don't do is take the stuff that's being said to heart in a way where you will let that affect you, in a way where it delays your calling, etc., etc., etc. You have to have an audience of one. Let the spectators spectate, let the haters hate, and keep it wiggling. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving for the Lord. We need people like you. You know what I'm saying? We need those who are going to stay strong throughout the midst of adversity. We need the ones who's going to stay focused when distraction is all around. And we need the ones who's going to keep pressing towards the mark. Keep pressing in the spirit. Keep moving for the Lord when everything tells you that you shouldn't be doing that. This is who we need. We need people like you. So just know that you are cherished. Anytime somebody try to take the value out of that, audience of one. Because a lot of times they just hating because they ain't where you at. A lot of times they just hating because they don't have that maturity that you do have. You feel what I'm saying? And if it's valid call outs that you're getting, self-reflect and grow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just pray everybody having a great Friday. I just had to get that off my chest one time. In the mighty name of Jesus.